And welcome, friends, to another installment of the Time Travel League of Baseball. Big Polly coming to you this Saturday, May 30th at 9:21 in the morning at my Eastern, and that's my recording time. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. As I take a sip of water, we're going to do the Niners and the Futurists today from Camden Yards. Make this a day game. It'll be David Cohn and Zach Greinke, the starters. The Niners, we've been talking about them the last few episodes of the Time Travel League. They have made a charge. They were in last place most of the season, but now they are in wild card territory. They'd be the last team in at 61 and 58. So this is game 120 for each team. Hopefully I didn't hit auto button. If I hit the auto button, we're going to have to find another game. But fortunately, I did not. Okay, I will play as the futurist, but the computer will make most of the decisions. Just allow me to commentate. Okay, I like the lineup. Fritz Fielder still on that 8, playing the DH. Yeah, the lineups are satisfactory. 28 players from each of the eras were chosen, and then there was a traveler draft amongst the remaining players where any player from any era could be picked on any team, and then we finished up and had 5 fringe players make the roster. 40-man rosters give everybody a chance, at least, on paper, to play. And that is how we have been doing this the whole season.
Pitching for Futurists, Zach Greinke.
Greinke, 6-10 on the year, 548. There, it's 87 degrees, light rain, and a wind blowing out to left center field at Oriole Park and Camden Yards. Let's show you the lineup, he said, for the Niners. You'll see it there, and I'll go through it as the batters appear at the plate. And we have Bryce Harper and Nolan Arenado on the Niners. They were travelers, but most of these players from the 90s you know by heart. And defensively for the Futurists, it looks like this. They represent the 21st century players. And they have done well most of the season. They come in at 69 and 50. They are leading one of the two divisions. And we will start with Roberto Alomar, 248, 7 homers, 38 RBIs, a threat to bunt, and he has 33 stolen bases. So Greinke will deal. Runners at the infield playing the corners. And a strikeout for Greinke to start the game. He, as I was telling you, 6-10. His whip is 1402. So the one thing about this league, and by the way, we use the Masters League, 5,000 at-bats, 1,500 innings pitched, or 500 games for relievers, make the cut in this league. Ivan Rodriguez is now your number 2 hitter, 279, 15 homers, 57 ribbies, 7 stolen bases, but he's playing that 2-hole. Hits lefties pretty well at 313 and hitting righties at 319. Smoke to the shortstop, A-Rod, who throws to Pujols for out number 2. That brings up Frank Thomas, 323, 34 home runs on the season, 92 RBIs, and an OPS over 1, which is exemplar. It's the sweet spot. If you're a batter, you want to be over that 1 mark. That means you're doing very well. He's at 1009, 66 walks, 60 strikeouts, with a threat to get on base at any at bat. Here's the pitch to him. That's a walk. Speak of the devil, there it is. Thomas is at first base. Not a threat to steal, not a good base runner. But when you got this lineup representing the 90s, you don't really need to play little ball. Mark McGwire, the infamous St. Louis Cardinal and Oakland A, who broke the home run record in 1998, 248, 36 homers, 96 RBIs, and an OPS at 866. And that is hit well to left. Bonds looking up, and he knows that's a goner. So Big Mac with a home run to get us started. It is 2-0 Niners. That is homer number 37 on the year for Big Mac. Ken Griffey Jr., the 5-hitter, 265, 18 homers, 43 RBIs, and an OPS at 815, 8 stolen bases. And this is smoked to right center, and that is 2 gone. 2 in a row for the Niners, and they take a 3-0 lead. Bryce Harper has seen limited action in right field, 204. Just 98 at-bats, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, no stolen bases, OPS at 663. So he's been kind of struggling.
Pitching for Niners, David Cohn.
So the side retired, and now the Futurists come to the plate. Mookie Betts will lead off. Let's show you their lineup. And we'll show you the Niners defense. Solid defenders, and you got Nolan Arenado, who's a 10 at third, and Ivan is a 10 behind the plate with a 7 arm. Betts, as we featured the Futurists in a lot of games so far this season, 252. 7 homers, 39 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, and OPS at 743. That's a base hit just by Larkin. So Betts is aboard. I'll let the computer decide whether or not we're going to send Betts. I would think with the 3-0 deficit that we would not. Mauer is up now. Joe Mauer, the Minnesota Twins, mainly. 293, 2 homers, 44 RBIs, and OPS at 725. 66 Ks, and only 38 walks. He was known for a good eye himself. Cone deals. And that's a K. That's 1 for Cone. 490 when you factor in those last 2 batters. 12 and 7 on the year. And his whip is 1.276. Not too far off of his 1.210 average that he should be at. But again, the pitchers are facing better hitters, and the hitters are facing better pitchers, which is why the stats are a little off. Albert Pujols now up. 282, 24 homers, 79 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. That's K for Cone. That's 2 on the day. Former New York Met, Kansas City Royal. And that brings us to Barry Bonds. A little bit of a disappointing year for Barry. 268, 24 homers, 73 RBIs, and an OPS at 907. But, as I said, he's facing better pitchers, so this is to be expected. Hit well to right, and Harper's just going to watch this go. And Barry Bonds with a home run. So we've seen Mark McGwire, Ken Griffey Jr., and Barry Bonds all hit home runs, and it's only the first inning. It's 3-2 now, 2 outs in the bottom of the first for A-Rod. 305, 26 homers, 91 RBIs, and an OPS at 920. Popped up. Out of play. We're using the 2025 Camden Yards ballpark statistics. Good for hitters. Except right-handers will struggle a little bit to maintain batting averages. The 1-2 is hit to third base down the line. And A-Rod gets in second with his 26th double of the year. Jim Edmonds, 289, 16 homers, 47 RBIs, and OPS at 910. He has 1 stolen base. Cone deals. Base hit to right. Harper, trouble scooping it up, allows Rodriguez to score. A poor play by Harper. And each team has now scored thrice in the first inning. Miguel Cabrera, who won a Triple Crown, the last man to date to win a Triple Crown, has seen limited action in the Time Travel League, 110 at-bats only, but he's hitting 291, 4 homers, 20 ribbies, and an OPS at 847. And that's a K for Cone. So he struck out 3, but he also gave up 3 runs. So at the end of an inning, it's 3-3. Albert Bell up for the Niners. Cleveland Indian, and also played for Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken. 253, 19 homers, 57 RBI, and an OPS at 765. Has a little bit more trouble with righties, as you just saw, as Greinke got strikeout number 3 on the day. Barry Larkin, currently the color commentator for the Cincinnati Reds. Yes, I have the MLB package. I got it at a discount rate. Allows me to watch the Rays games. 19 homers, 60 RBIs. They got off the schneid last night, winning 8-5 against the Angels. 25 stolen bases has Larkin. The pitch. Right to Rodriguez, over to Pujols for out number 2, bringing up Nolan Arenado. 238, 12 homers, 58 RBIs, and an OPS at 665. Both pitchers Cone can go 130 pitches, Greinke 120, but I have a feeling that they will not last long at the rate of these outstanding hitters we got coming up in this game. August 11th on the game calendar, by the way. We're a few weeks to the end of the regular season. We will keep doing Saturday games, and when we do the 154th game for everybody, we might do some bonus coverage, depending on if there are races still left to be decided. 238 is Arenado, as I was telling you, 665 OPS, 1,258 RBIs. Just in case I didn't say it first, he walks. That is walk number 2 for Zach Greinke. Bringing up Roberto Alomar, top of the order again for the Niners. 0 for 1, 248. He struck out in the first at bat. That is A-Rod to Pujols. Close play at first, but an out. Nothing across for the Niners in the second, so we go to the bottom of the second, and Prince Fielder. 246, 19 homers, 64 RBIs, at OPS at 730. We had a game not too long ago where Prince Fielder hit 2 home runs. That was a grounder back to the pitcher over to first for the out. Fonzo Soriano of the Yankees and the Cubs, most notably. 269, 16 homers, 60 RBIs, as stolen bases. He has 13. As I get my Yoda commentary in, and the OPS at 752. That's a K for Cone. That is number 4, so he has punched out 4 of the 5 outs so far for the Futurists. Back to the top of the order, and Mookie Betts 1 for 1, 254. And that's K number 5 for David Cone. So neither team scoring in the second. We go to the third, a 3-3 tie. Ivan Rodriguez 0 for 1, 278 now. And that's a fly ball to Edmonds for the first out. And Miss Tony Fisher playing over the PA system. The big hurt is up. Frank Thomas, 323, 34 homers, 92 RBIs. Yes, that was a hit for Tony Fisher in the late 50s, the big hurt. No at-bats officially because he walked in the first inning. That's a K for Greinke, number 4 on the day. Bringing up Big Mac, 249. 1 for 1, a homer, and 2 ribeyes. And that's hit well to left, and that's number 2 for Mark McGwire. McGwire gets all the bases, and it's 4-3 now in favor of the Niners. Big Mac putting on a show here at Camden Yards. Ken Griffey Jr., he hit a home run in the first inning. He's up to 268 now, 1 for 1, a homer, and a ribby. And that's a K for Greinke, his 5th of the day. 2.5 gone by, 4-3 Niners. Joe Mauer, 0 for 1, 292. That's K. That's number 6 now for Cone. Out of the 7 men, he has retired. Albert Pujols, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Grounder to short, and the infield gets a little work done for a change. 4-3 on the putout. Bringing up Barry Bonds. He, too, has had a home run in this game. 1 for 1, 270. And that's K for Cone, number 7. So, back to the Niners to hit in the 4th with the score 4-3 in their favor. Bryce Harper, 202 now, 0 for 1. He struck out earlier. Popped it up, and Pujols has that for the first out. Albert Bell, 252, 0 for 1 and a strikeout. That's K number 6 for Greinke. He has retired 6 of 11 with the K. And Barry Larkin now up 0 for 1, 253. Pujols to Greinke on that, 3-1, and the side retired. So the Niners go quietly in the top of the 4th. It's 4-3 going to the bottom of the 4th. A-Rod, 1 for 1 and a double. Hit well to right center, but Griffey will make the play just in front of the warning track for the first out. Jim Edmonds is 1 for 1. That's a walk. That is the first walk issued by David Cone today. His 59th of the season. Miguel Cabrera, 0 for 1. Hitting 288. Popped it up. It's going to be Arenado with the putout. Larkin was nearby. 2 outs for Prince Fielder, who is 0 for 1 today. Hit well to right. Harper near the track but makes the putout. After 4 to 3. Nolan Arenado. No official at bats. He walked in the second. Still hitting .238. And that's a walk, so that's 2 walks now for Nolan. Back to the top of the order, third time through for the Niners and Roberto Alomar, who was 0 for 2 with 1 strikeout. 3 walks for Greinke now. He's up to 71 pitches. Cone is at 73. Corner's in, and that's a K for Greinke, his 7th of the day. Runner at first with 1 out. So I expect a little movement out of Arenado here. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Let's try a pickoff. Safe is the call. A-Rod 0 for 2, 278. Grounder just by Soriano. And Rodriguez sneaks into second, made a daring play to get to second with a double. Arenado could not score on the play. He's not a great base runner, so he holds at third. 1 out. Runners at second and third for Frank Thomas. 322. Had a walk and a strikeout already. Hit well to center. Edmonds can only watch this one go. 3-run bomb for Frank Thomas. And it's now 7-3 in favor of the Niners. So Greinke will be pulled. I'm looking at guys. Okay, we need a righty that is good against lefties too, and I want to pick players who have not seen any action as of late. Do Cole Hamels, Jamie Moyer, Mariano Rivera. I want to save till later. Might need him. Chris Carpenter and Freddie Garcia. I'm going to go with Cole Hamels.
Pitching for Futurists, Cole Hamels.
Now Hamels comes in, he's a lefty, so this is going to change the dynamic a little bit for the Niners, see if they want to put pitch hitters in. Well, we don't need to tell you what Mark McGwire has already done in this game. 2 for 2, 2 homers, 3 ribbies. Can he get number 3 before this day is over? Hamels will deal. That's it. That's 3 homers now for Mark McGwire. Unbelievable performance out of Big Mac today. And that makes it now 8-3. We did have one player in the Time Travel League hit 4, and that was Vladimir Guerrero. He did that. I forget for what team. I know he was a traveler on the team he was on. But anyway, Ken Griffey Jr. up. He's 1 for 2 with a homer. By the way, Hamels, after that home run, is giving up a 2.53 ERA, 2-1 on the season, just 10 innings, 2/3 pitched. A whip is pretty good, though, at 844. Griffey swings on this. Edmonds with the play for the second out, bringing up Bryce Harper, who's now down to 200, flirting with that Mendoza line. 0 for 2 and a K today. That's a walk, first issued by Hamels. He has 1 walk and 6 Ks in those 11 innings pitched, updating with that last out. And Albert Bell 0 for 2, 2 Ks. And on a 2-2 pitch, Hamels gets the strikeout. Halfway through, it's 8-3. Niners leading. Soriano, 269 on the day, 0 for 1 with 1 strikeout. Cone has 7. This is popped up, and it's Larkin making the putout for the first out. Bringing up Mookie Betts as we go to the top of the order again. Third time through for the Futurists. He is 1 for 2 with a K. That's, a line drive right to Larkin for the second out. And Joe Mauer is up, 291, 2 homers, 44 RBIs. 0 for 2 today with 2 Ks. That's close to the wall in right field, but Harper made the play, and the side's retired. So we go to the 6th, and the score is 8-3. By the way, Hamels can go 80 pitches. He's at 16 already. Cone is up to 82. He can go 130. Barry Larkin, 0 for 2, 253. That's K. That's number 2 now for Hamels, bringing up Nolan Arenado, who has had 2 walks today. Well, soft line drive to Cabrera. For the second out, we go back to the top of the order. 4th time through now for the Niners and Roberto Alomar. 0 for 3. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the recaps of the other games and give you the stats and standings. That's a walk for Alomar. That is walk 57 for him this year. And Ivan Rodriguez comes up, 1 for 3, and a double. Base hit to right field. That's going to move Alomar to third base, bringing up Frank Thomas. He hit a 3-run homer in his last at-bat. One of 4 the Niners have had in this game. But with the weather getting better, you could see how the Niners' bats have come to life, and that's probably had a lot to do with how they have been doing in the standings as of late. 324 is hitting Thomas. That is K number 3, side retired. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-3. Pujols up, 0 for 2, 281. Grounder just by Larkin for a single. Futurists trying to get back in the game, and you hear the cries of charge. Barry Bonds, 271 for 2. He had a homer earlier, looking for a second. And that's a walk. Bringing up A-Rod, 1 for 2, 306. He had a double earlier. Can the Futurists put an inning together? Let's see. That's K. That is K out number 1. And K number 8 for David Cone. Jim Edmonds up, 1 for 1, 291. He had a walk earlier. That's a walk, his second of the game. Now the bases are loaded for Miguel Cabrera. 0 for 2. Cone is now up to 102 pitches. So he should have about 28 pitches left in him if it goes that far. That's a walk. So the conga line continues. It's 8-4. And that brings the tying run to the plate in the person of Prince Fielder. 726. Now, do I want to bring in a pinch hitter here? I'm going to bring in Sammy Sosa. I'm thinking.
Pinch hitting for Futurists, Sammy Sosa.
Sosa hitting a gaudy 345. 15 homers in 174 at-bats, 41 ribbies, and OPS at 1087. Way beyond the 899 he was expected to have. A home run ties the game. Cone deals. Hit well to left, but it's going to stay in the park. Bell gets it. Bonds will come in to score on the sac fly, and it's 8-5. And the Niners have seen enough for today for David Cone, so another David's going to come in, David Wells.
Pitching for Niners, David Wells.
The Time Travel League has not treated Wells kindly. He had the perfect game for the Yankees. 10.24 is his ERA, 0-2. He has walked 13 and struck out 27, and his whip is over 2. 2.095. So Alfonso Soriano is your new hitter. He is 0 for 2 for K. And if you're the Futurist, you got to be smacking your lips together, and your mouth's got to be watering because this guy has not had much luck in the Time Travel League, the person of David Wells. Here's the pitch. That's a walk. It brings the go-ahead run to the plate in the form of Mookie Betts, 1 for 3, 253. And that's a K, and that's going to retire the side. So we have a very interesting game for you as we head into the last 3 innings. It is 8-5. And here's the man of the hour who has been too sweet to be sour, and that is Mark McGwire. He has 3 home runs already, 3 for 3, 4 ribeyes. And if he hits number 4, it will tie the single-game record here in the Time Travel League. And Cole Hamels gave up one to him in the 5th inning. We'll just watch and see. Hit well to left. Would you believe it? Number 4 for Mark McGwire. The crowd is just aghast. 4 home runs for Mark McGwire today, and it's 9-5. Unbelievable. We're going to replay that. There you see, he just had enough to get that over the fence. But what a day for Big Mac. 4 home runs to make the score 9-5. And now we get back to the business of the game because it's still up for grabs. It's still a one-swing game at 9-5. And Ken Griffey Jr. is 1 for 3 with a home run. That's hit well, very high, and it drops in between Rodriguez, Bonds, and Edmonds. A Bermuda Triangle hit for Ken Griffey Jr., who's now at first base. Bryce Harper, 0 for 2. And the thing about McGuire is he has the chance, it might get back to him, the batting order might get back to him. He has a chance to hit 5, which nobody has ever done in the major leagues in real life. Harper strikes out. And Albert Bell is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. He strikes out. That's now 5 for Hamels. And Barry Larkin is 0 for 3 with a K. He walks. And Nolan Arenado is up, 0 for 1. That's K number 6 on the day for Hamels. So at the end of 6.5, it is 9-5. I don't know why Take Me Out to the Ball Game isn't playing, but it doesn't matter. Joe Mauer up in the bottom of the 7th, 0 for 3 and 2 Ks. Base hit to center. It puts him on, and Albert Pujols is now up, 1 for 3 with a K. That's smacked well to left center, and that will go. Home run for Pujols, 9-7. Barry Bonds up. He had a homer earlier. He's 1 for 2. So the bats have come alive in this game. That's K for Wells, his second. Bringing up A-Rod. 1 for 3. Grounder to Larkin over to McGuire for that putout. Bringing up Jim Edmonds, 1 for 1, 291. That's hit well to right. Harper at the track makes the play. Side retired. 2 come across for the Futurists. It's 9-9-0 for the Niners and 7-7-0 for the Futurists. The Niners have left 6, and the Futurists have left 5. Hamels seems fine. I'm going to pull him. So we got a bunch of righties coming up, and McGuire will see an at-bat. If he seems fine, it probably means that he isn't fine. We will go with Johan Santana, the lefty.
Pitching for Futurists, Yohan Santana.
He of the Twins and the Mets, most notably. 4.96 ERA, 65 and 1/3 innings pitched, and a whip of 13.47. So Alomar 0 for 3. Corners will play in looking for the bunt. Oh, it hits him, and Alomar makes it to first base. That brings up Ivan. Ivan Rodriguez, 2 for 4, 281. That's a K. That's the first of the day for Johan. He has struck out 51, 7 per 9 innings. And Frank Thomas is up. He had a 3-run homer in the 5th. 1 for 3, 323 now on the season. Alomar gets theft number 34 of the season. The count 0-1 to the Big Hurt. And he walks. And here we go, folks. Mark McGuire, look at that stat line. 4 for 4, 4 homers, 5 RBIs, 254 is his batting average. What a day he has had already. And if we go extras, he'll get more at-bats. So his first bid for an unprecedented 5th home run is a K. And the crowd roars as Soriano, the first man to get McGuire to not homer today. 2 outs now for the Futurists in the 8th with that 9-7 lead. Ken Griffey, 2 for 4, a homer, and an RBI. Grounder third, and they get the out at first base. John Wetland will come in.
Pitching for Niners, John Wetland.
Wetland 393, 73 and a third innings pitched, so he's over his usage. So we might see a few more walks out of him. 9 and 3, 13 saves. Let me just check if my OBS is on and I have recorded this majestic game. His whip is 1186, but they have been using him a great deal. And Cabrera is your new hitter, 0 for 2, 286. Hit well to left, but Bell will get to that. First out. Sammy Sosa, your DH, walked. No, he hit a sac fly in the sixth. That's hit well to left, and Bell making the put out. We're out number 2 in the bottom of the eighth. Soriano 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Larkin, McGuire, side retired. We go to the ninth, 9-7. Niners. Bryce Harper is 0 for 3. Grounder. Foul is the call. He's now hitting 198. If I was playing the Niners, I'd pull him. Hit the right center. Betts with the play. He made a great play in right field. Albert Bell, 0 for 4, 4 Ks. Grounder to shortstop. Rodriguez made a great play to throw it to Pujols to get the second out. Now Barry Larkin up 0 for 3, 252. That's a walk. Bringing up Nolan Arenado, 237. 0 for 2. Cabrera to Pujols for that ground out. So the Futurists need a couple. 3 will win it for them. Betts is up for the 5th time. 1 for 4, a walk, and 2 Ks. Well, they didn't have any walks. That's K for Wetland, his first. Joe Mauer 1 for 4. Base hit to right. Now you got Pujols, who's already hit a home run today, 2 for 4. Infield guarding the lines. Hit well to center, but Griffey will easily get to that. Now it's up to Barry Bonds. 1 for 3, a homer, 2 ribbies. Wetland over his allotment of pitches, so you might see a reliever here. He's at 28, and his allotment is 20, so the Futurists with a chance to win this game. On the bat of A-Rod, 1 for 4, 304. He walked and struck out earlier. And that's the game. He strikes out. The Niners win again. 9-7. And I'll just be quiet and let our PA announcer describe all the home runs that was hit in this game.
The final score from Camden Yards, Niners 9, Futurists 7. David Cohn is the winner. He is now 13-7. Zach Greinke is the loser. He is now 6-11 on the season. John Wetland gets the save. Number 14. Mark McGuire hit 4 home runs. He now has 40 on the season. Ken Griffey Jr. hit number 19. Frank Thomas hit number 35. Albert Pujols hit number 25. Barry Bonds hit number 25. Time of the game, 3 hours, 53 minutes.
So McGuire obviously was the player of the game. With his 4 home runs and 5 driven in, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 home runs in this game. Quite an impressive display of power from some of the best hitters in modern times. Quite a game. And the Niners win 9-7. We'll see where this puts them. Let's play out the rest of the games on this Saturday, August 11th in the timeline. Wings and the Sultans is our first stop, and the Sultans win 6-3. The Explorers of the 60s beat the Ironmen of the 30s 5-3. Spirits over the Deadballers 7-4. The Spitfires of the 40s over the Pioneers of the 19th century 4-2. Feller over Tim Keefe. And the Aces mauled the Stars 10-3. Peffer over Rogers. Babe Ruth went over 100 ribbies on the season in the Sultans' 6-3 win. Musial went 2 for 4 with a homer. The Niners, in winning, struck out 15 times in that game. But look at all the home runs they hit. They hit 6 of them. Mark McGwire had 4 of them. And with those 4 home runs, he now has the home run lead by 4. Well, actually by 3. Babe Ruth hit 1 for the Sultans. So let's go through things here. The Futurists and the Wings are tied for the best record at 69-51. Should we have a tie, we'll look at the head-to-head record, and then we'll look at runs scored against runs given up. If that is tied, the Aces would be the first wild card at 64-56, and the Niners would be number 2 at 62-58. The Sultans are 1 out. The Explorers, the Pioneers, and the Deadballers, they're all at 500, but they're just 2 behind in the wild card. The Ironmen, the Spitfires, and the Spirits are closing in on elimination. The Spirits 15 away from elimination, 15 losses, combined with Futurists wins. Bill Dickey is still the leader for the Ironman at a 342 batting average. Walter Johnson, the Aces at 158, a 1.14 clear of Hal Newhouser. We told you already about Mark McGwire's 4 to get to 40. Amos Russi, who's a traveler with the Futurists, 18 wins. So he probably will get to a 20-win season. Stan Musial, 105 homers. Now Mark McGwire has taken second. We just saw Wetland get his 14th save. He's tied with Mariano Rivera. Hugh Duffy is leading in stolen bases at 46. Bob Feller and Roger Clemens of the Niners have been battling for the strikeout lead. Feller is currently ahead by 1. On-base percentage, a tight race between Ted Williams and Babe Ruth, 431 to 430. And walks given up, Lefty Gomez of the Ironmen has surrendered 95. The Ironmen still 8 points clear of the Sultans in team batting. The Explorers by 3/100ths of an ERA run over the Pioneers in pitching, and the Wings, Spitfires, and Spirits are all deadlocked for the fielding record. Best fielders at 975. Well, I hope you enjoyed that game. If you didn't enjoy that game, I don't know what to tell you. Mark McGwire just went crazy and hit 4 homers for the 9-7 win. We will be back thinking Wednesday, and we will do game 127 for 2 teams. And for now, this is Big Polly wishing you all Godspeed and God bless. I will be out Sunday going to church, and we will come back Monday with 2 more games from the NC2A 1976 basketball tournament. We start play in the Mideast region. Bye-bye for now, everybody.